Good morning, first graders. How are you today? I bet you had a really nice day. It was nice outside, wasn't it? It's supposed to be kind of nice out today, too. Maybe you can get outside in your backyard a little bit and play. But I have got some exciting news. Things have been happening over here at the Wansel house. Do you know what I did yesterday? I adopted a brand new dog. Yay, I'm so excited. It's been so long since we've had our own dog in here. And I found the most precious one. Her name is Bailey. And she's being a little shy right now. She's staying in her kennel. She's not sure about us, but she'll get better. But she's real lovable, and she comes up and gives little snuggles. And she's a bloodhound, so she's got these big, long, floppy ears. She's really cute. So eventually you guys are going to get to see her. But in honor of that, the story I picked for today is it's a series called Henry and Mudge, and this is the first book. This is on how Henry, not our Henry, this Henry got his dog Mudge. And I thought, what a perfect book to read for today, since Mrs. Wansel just got a dog yesterday. So the story is by Cynthia Ryland, and pictures are by Susie Stevenson. So this is the story I'm going to read today. Henry and Mudge. And these are books that you guys, if you find Henry and Mudge books, these are books that you could read. These are early chapter books. The first book of their adventures. Let me turn this a little bit. Here we go. Oh, table of contents. See, we do see this in fiction books, not just in nonfiction. Chapter 1, Henry. Henry had no brothers and no sisters. Well, that's how we know this isn't our Henry, because our Henry has a brother. I want a brother, he told his parents. Sorry, they said. And Henry had no friends on his street. He must be kind of lonely. I want to live on a different street, he told his parents. Sorry, they said. Henry had no pets at home. I want to have a dog, he told his parents. Sorry, they almost said. But first they looked at their house with no brothers and sisters. Then they looked at their street with no children. Then they looked at Henry's face. Then they looked at each other. Okay, they said. I want to hug you, Henry told his parents, and he did. Chapter 2, Mudge. Henry searched for a dog. Not just any dog, said Henry. Not a short one, he said. Not a curly one, he said. And no pointed ears. Then he found Mudge. Mudge had floppy ears. So does Bailey. Not pointed. And Mudge had straight fur, not curly, just like Bailey. But Mudge was short. Because he's a puppy, Henry said. He'll grow. And did he ever? He grew out of his puppy cage. He grew out of his dog cage. He grew out of 7 collars in a row. And when he finally stopped growing, he weighed 180 pounds. He stood 3 feet tall, and he drooled. I'm glad you're not short, Henry said. Wow, that's a huge dog. And Mudge licked him, then sat on him. I guess Mudge likes him too. Henry used to walk to school alone. When he walked, he used to worry about tornadoes, ghosts, biting dogs, and bullies. He walked as fast as he could. He looked straight ahead. He never looked back. Now he walked to school with Mudge. Here's all the things he was afraid of. And now when he walked, he thought about vanilla ice cream, rain, rocks, and good dreams. He walked to school, but not too fast. He walked to school and sometimes backwards. He walked to school and patted Mudge's big head, happy. Look at it. Mudge got rid of all of his fears for him on walking to school. Mudge loved Henry's room. He loved the dirty socks. He loved the stuffed bear. He loved the fish tank. But mostly, he loved Henry's bed. Look at him rolling around in his dirty socks. Dogs do the silliest things. Because in Henry's bed was Henry. Mudge loved to climb in with Henry, and he loved to smell him. He smelled his lemon hair. He smelled his milky mouth. He smelled his soapy ears. He smelled his chocolate fingers. Then he put his head by Henry's head. He looked at the fish tank. He looked at the bear. He looked at Henry. He licked him and fell asleep. Look at how he's laying on him. Mudge. One day, Mudge took a walk without Henry. Uh-oh, I see a problem brewing. The sun was shining. The birds were flying. The grass smelled sweet. Mudge couldn't wait for Henry, so he left. He went down one road, sniffing the bushes, then down another road, kicking up dust. He went through a field, across a stream, into some pine trees. And when he came out on the other side, he was lost. How's Henry gonna feel now? That's a really bad problem. He couldn't smell Henry. He couldn't smell his front porch. He couldn't smell the street he lived on. Mudge looked all around, and he didn't see anything or anyone he knew. He whined a little, alone without Henry. Then he laid down, alone without Henry. He missed Henry's bed. Oh no, what's Henry gonna say when he gets home? Henry thought Mudge would be with him always. He thought Mudge would made everything safe. He thought Mudge would never go away. And when Mudge did go away, when Henry called and called, but Mudge didn't come, Henry's heart hurt. And he cried for an hour. But when he finished crying, Henry said, Mudge loves me. He wouldn't leave. He must be lost. So at first he thought Mudge left on purpose, but now he's going to go look for him. So Henry walked and walked, and he called and called, and he looked for his dog Mudge. He walked down one road, then down another. The sun shone on Henry as Henry ran through a field, calling and calling, Mudge, Mudge. The birds flew past as he stood beside a stream, calling and calling. I think he's on the right path, though. And the tears fell again as he looked at the empty pine trees for the lost dog. Mudge, he called one last time. And Mudge woke up from his lonely sleep, then came running. Mudge heard him. Henry and Mudge. Every day when Henry woke up, he saw Mudge's big head. And every day when Mudge woke up, he saw Henry's little small face. They ate breakfast at the same time. They ate supper at the same time. And when Henry was at school, Mudge just lay around and waited. Mudge never went for a walk without Henry again. And Mudge never worried that Mudge, and Henry never worried that Mudge would leave. Because sometimes in their dreams, they saw long silent roads, big wide fields, deep streams and pine trees. In those dreams, Mudge was never lost, and Henry was never alone. So when Mudge woke up and knew Henry was with him, he remembered the dream and stayed closer. He didn't like being lost. And when Henry woke up and knew Mudge was with him, he remembered the dream and the looking and the calling and the fear, and he knew he would never lose Mudge again. The end. I just thought that was a perfect book for us today, since I just got a dog yesterday. So she's snoring in her kennel right now. So I'll have to get a picture of her and put it on here for you guys for tomorrow. All right. Bye, guys. Have fun doing your work today. I miss you, and I'll see you tomorrow.